play begins. The author!
I am a beggar.
Oh.
And if poverty be a title to poetry, nobody can dispute mine. I own myself of a company of beggars, and I make one at their weekly festivals at St. Giles. I have a small yearly salary for my catches, and am welcome to a dinner there whenever I please, which is more than most poets can say. Now, I have composed an opera, both the words and the catches thereof, and I cannot sufficiently acknowledge the charity of the ladies and gentlemen of the company for bringing this piece now upon the stage. It's a mighty strange piece. The play begins in the house of a receiver of stolen goods and ends in the condemned hold. Every personage in it is either a highwayman, a fence, a jailer, a pimp, a trull, or a trollop. In short, there's not an honorable man nor an honest woman among them, but all is human. Play away the overture. Begins in the house of Mr. Peachum, an informer and receiver of stolen goods.
Through all the employments of life, each neighbor abuses his brother. Whore and rogue they call husband and wife. All the professions berogue one another. The priest calls the lawyer a cheat. The lawyer benames the divine. And the statesman, because he's so great, thinks his trade as honest as mine. A lawyer is an honest employment. So is mine. Like me, too, he acts in a double capacity, both against rogues and for 'em. For 'tis but fitting that we should protect and encourage cheats, since we live by 'em.
Sir, Blackmore has sent word. Her trial comes on in the afternoon. She hopes you will order matters so as to bring her off.
But as the wench is very active and industrious, you may satisfy her that I'll soften the evidence.
Tom Gag, sir, is found guilty.
A lazy dog. This is death without reprieve. For informing on Tom Gag, 40 pounds. Let Betty Sly know that I'll save her from transportation, for I can get more by her staying in England. I love to let women escape. A good sportsman always lets the hen partridges fly, because the breed of the game depends upon them. Besides, here the law allows us no reward. There is nothing to be got by the death of women, except our wives.
Without dispute, Betty is a fine woman. 'Twas to her I was obliged for my education. And to say a bold word, she hath trained up more young fellas to the business than the gaming table.
'Tis woman that seduces all mankind. By her we first were taught the wheedling arts. Her very eyes can cheat when most she is kind. She tricks us of our money with our hearts. For her, like fools by night, we roam for prey and practice every fraud to bribe her charms. For suits of love like law are won by pay, and beauty must be feed into our arms, and beauty must be feed into our arms.
Felch, thy observation is right. We and the surgeons are more beholden to women than all the professions besides. But make haste to Newgate, boy, and let my friends know what I intend, for I love to make 'em easy. One way or other.
'Tis a pleasure to be a messenger of comfort to friends in affliction.
It is now high time to look about me for a decent execution against next sessions. I hate a lazy rogue by whom one can get nothing till he is hanged. A register of the gang. Crook-fingered Jack, year and a half in the service. Let me see how much the stock owes to his industry. 15 snuff boxes, 4 silver-hilted swords, 5 periwigs. Considering these are only the fruits of his leisure hours, I don't know a prettier fellow. For no man alive hath a more engaging presence of mind upon the road. Harry Paddington. Poor petty larceny rascal, without the least genius. That fellow, though he were to live these 6 months, will never come to the gallows with any credit. Tom Tipple, guzzling, soaking sot. Robert of Bagshot, alias Gorgon, alias Bluff Bob, alias Carbuncle, alias Bob Booty.
What of Bob Booty, husband? I hope nothing bad hath betided him. You know, my dear, he's a favorite customer of mine. 'Twas he made me a present of this ring.
I have set his name down on the blacklist, that's all, my dear. He spends his life among women, and as soon as his money is gone, one or other of the ladies will hang him for the reward. And there's 40 pounds lost to us forever.
You know, my dear, I never meddle in matters of death. I always leave those affairs to you. But really, husband, you should not be too hard-hearted, for you never had a finer, braver set of men than at present. Well, we've not had a murder among them all these 7 months. And truly, my dear, that is a great blessing.
What a dickens is the woman always whimpering about murder for? No gentleman has ever looked upon the worse for killing a man in his own defense. And if business cannot be carried on without it, what would you have a gentleman do?
Oh, if I am in the wrong, my dear, you must excuse me. For nobody can help the frailty of an over-scrupulous conscience.
Murder is as fashionable a crime as a man can be guilty of. How many fine gentlemen have we in Newgate every year purely upon that article? Was Captain MacHeath here this morning for the banknotes he left with you last week?
No. Yes, my dear. And though the bank hath stopped payment, he was so cheerful and so agreeable. Sure, there's not a finer gentleman upon the road than the captain. Pray, my dear, is the captain rich?
The captain keeps too good company ever to grow rich. Marybone and the chocolate houses are his undoing.
Really? I am sorry upon Polly's account the captain hath not more discretion.
Upon Polly's account? What a plague does the woman mean upon Polly's account?
Captain MacHeath is very fond of the girl.
And what then?
If I have any skills in the ways of women, I'm sure Polly thinks him a very pretty man.
And what then? You would not be so mad to have the wench marry him. Gamesters and highwaymen are generally very good to their whores, but they are very devils to their wives.
But if Polly should be in love, how should we help her? Well, how can she help herself? Poor girl. I am in the utmost concern about her. If love the virgin's heart invade, how like a moth the simple maid still plays about the flame. If soon she be not made a wife, her honors singed, and then for life, she's what I dare not name.
Looky, wife, a handsome wench in our way of business is as profitable as at the bar of a temple coffee house, who looks upon it as her livelihood to grant every liberty but one. You see, I would indulge the girl as far as prudently we can in anything, but marriage. After that, my dear, how are we to be safe? Are we not then in her husband's power? Marriage? The wench does not know her own profit. Sure, she knows her own pleasure better than to make herself a property. My daughter to me should be like a court lady to a minister of state, a key to the whole gang. Marriage. If the affair is not already done, I'll terrify her from it.
Mayhap you may injure the girl. She loves to imitate the fine ladies, and she may only allow the captain liberties in the view of interest.
But 'tis your duty, my dear, to warn the girl against her ruin, and to instruct her how to make the most of her beauty. I'll go to her this moment and sift her.
Never was a man more out of the way in an argument than my husband. Why must our Polly, forsooth, differ from her sex and love only her husband? And why must Polly's marriage, contrary to all observation, make her the less followed by other men? All men are thieves in love, and like a woman the better for being another's property. A maid is like the golden ore, which hath guineas intrinsical int, whose worth is never known before it is tried and impressed in the mint. A wife's like a guinea in gold, stamped with the name of her spouse. Now here, now there, is bought or is sold, and is current in every house. Come hither, Filch. I am as fond of this child as if my mind misgave me he were my own. He has as fine a hand at picking a pocket as a woman's, and is as nimble-fingered as a juggler. Oh, if an unlucky session does not cut the rope of thy life, I pronounce, boy, thou'lt be a great man in history. Where was your post last night, boy?
I plied at the opera, madam. Seeing 'twas neither dark nor rainy, so there was no great hurry in getting chairs and coaches, I made a tolerable hand on it. These handkerchiefs, madam.
Oh, colored ones, I see. They are of a sure sale from our warehouse at Redriff, among the sailors.
I had a fair tug at a charming gold watch, and pox take the tailors for making the fob so deep and narrow. It got stuck, by the way. I was forced to make my escape under a couch. Really, madam, I fear I shall be cut off in the flower of my youth.
Harky, lad, don't tell me a lie. For you know I hate a liar. Do you know of anything that has passed between Captain MacHeath and our Polly?
I beg you, madam, don't ask me, for I must either lie to you or to Miss Polly, for I promised her I would not tell.
But when the honor of the family is concerned...
I shall lead a sad life with Miss Polly if ever she come to know I told you. Now, besides, I would not willingly forfeit my own honor by betraying anybody.
Yonder comes my husband with Miss Polly. Come, Filch, you shall go with me into my own room and tell me the whole story.
Nay, madam, nay.
I will give thee a most delicious glass of cordial that I keep for my own drinking.
Papa, I know as well as any of the fine ladies how to make the most of myself, and of my man, too. A woman knows how to be mercenary, though she's never been in a court or at an assembly. We have it in our natures, Papa. If I allow Captain MacHeath some trifling liberty. I have this watch and other visible marks of his favor to show for it. A girl who cannot grant some things and refuse what is most material will make but a poor hand of her beauty and soon be thrown upon the common. Virgins are like the fair flower in its luster, which in the garden enamels the ground. Near it the bees in play flutter and fluster, and gaudy butterflies frolic around. But when once left, 'tis no longer alluring. To Covent Garden 'tis scent as yet sweet. There fades and shrinks and grows past all enduring. Rot stinks and dies, and is trod under feet.
You know, Polly, I am not against your toying and trifling with the customer in the way of business, or to get out a secret or so. But if I find out that you have played the fool and are married, you jade, you, I'll cut your throat, I say. Now you know my mind.
Where's Polly? Our Polly is a sad slut, nor heeds what we have taught her. I wonder any man alive will ever rear a daughter. For she must have both hoods and gowns, and hoops to swell her pride, and scarves and stays and gloves and lace, and she would have men beside. And when she's dressed with care and cost, all tempting, fine and gay, as men should serve a cucumber, she flings herself away. You baggage, you hussy, you inconsiderate jade. Had you been hanged, it would not have vexed me, for that might have been your misfortune. But to do such a mad thing by choice. The wench is married, husband.
Married? Captain is a bold man and will risk anything for money. To be sure, he believes her a fortune. Do you think your mother and I should have lived comfortably so long together if ever we had been married? Baggage.
I knew she was always a proud slut. But now the wench hath played the fool and married, because, forsooth, she would do like the gentry. Can you support the expense of a husband, hussy, in gambling, drinking, and whoring? Have you money enough to carry on the daily quarrels of man and wife about who shall squander the most? There are not many husbands and wives who can bear the charges of plaguing one another in a handsome way. If you must be married, could you introduce nobody into our family but a highwayman? Thou foolish jade. Thou wilt be as ill-used and as much neglected as if thou hadst married a lord.
Let not your anger, my dear, break through the rules of decency. Tell me, hussy, are you ruined or no?
With Polly's fortune, she might very well have gone off to a person of distinction. Yes, that you might, you pouting slut.
What is the wench dumb? Speak, or I'll make you plead by squeezing out an answer from you. Are you really bound wife to him, or are you only upon liking?
How the mother is to be pitied who hath handsome daughters. Locks, bolts, bars, and lectures of morality are nothing to them.
Can love be controlled by advice? Will Cupid our mothers obey? Though my heart were as frozen as ice, and his flame 'twould have melted away, when he kissed me so closely pressed, 'twas so sweet that I must have complied. So I thought it both safest and best to marry, for fear you should chide.
Then all the hopes of our family are gone forever and ever.
And MacHeath may hang his father and mother-in-law in hope to get into their daughter's fortune.
But I did not marry him as 'tis the fashion. Oh, coolly and deliberately for honor or money. But I love him.
Love him? Worse and worse. I thought the girl had been better bred. Oh, husband, her folly makes me mad. My head swims. I am distracted. I can't support myself.
See, wench, to what a condition you have reduced your poor mother. A glass of cordial this instant. How the poor woman takes it to heart. Now, hussy, now this is the only comfort your mother has left.
Have another glass, Mama. My Mama always drinks double the quantity when she is out of order.
The girl shows such a readiness and so much concern. I could almost find it in my heart to forgive her. Oh, Polly, you might have toyed and kissed by keeping men off. You keep them on.
Yes, Polly, you might have toyed and kissed by keeping men off. You keep them on.
But he so teased me and he so pleased me. What I did, you must have
Oh,
done.
Polly, you might have toyed and kissed by keeping men off. You keep them on. Toy
So
and
teased me and he so pleased me. What I did, you must have done.
She did what I have done.
what she did, they all have done.
But not with a highwayman, you sorry slut.
A word with you, wife. 'Tis no new thing for a wench to take man without consent of parents. You notice the frailty of woman, my dear.
Yes, indeed. The sex is frail. But the first time a woman is frail, she should be somewhat nice, methinks. For then or never is the time to make her fortune. After that, she hath nothing to do but to guard herself from being found out. And she may do what she pleases.
Make yourself a little easy. I have a thought shall soon set all matters again to rights. Why so melancholy, Polly? Since what has been done cannot be undone, we must all endeavor to make the best of it.
Well, Polly, so far as one woman can forgive another, I forgive thee. Your father is too fond of you, hussy.
Then all my sorrows are at an end.
A mighty fine speech and troth for a wench who is just married.
I hear customers into the room. Go talk with them, Polly, but come to us again as soon as they're gone. Dear wife, be a little pacified. Don't let your passion run away with your senses. Polly, I grant you, have done a rash thing.
If she had had only an intrigue with the fellow, the very best of families have excused and huddled up a frailty of that sort. 'Tis marriage, husband, that makes it a blemish.
But money, wife, is the true fuller's earth for reputations. There is not a spot or stain but what it can take out. A rich rogue nowadays is fit company for any gentleman, and the world, my dear, hath not such contempt for roguery as you imagine. Oh, I tell you, wife, I can make this match turn to our advantage.
I am very sensible, husband, that Captain MacHeath is worth money. But I doubt whether he hath not 2 or 3 wives already. And then, if he should die in a session or two, Polly's dower would come into dispute.
That indeed is a point which ought to be considered.
She's only miming Ned. He brought in a damask window curtain, a pair of silver candlesticks, a periwig, and a silk stocking that came from the fire that happened last night.
There is not a fellow that is clever in his way and saves more goods out of the fire than Ned. But now to your affair, Polly, for matters must not be left as they are. You are married, then, it seems.
Yes, sir.
And how do you propose to live, child?
Like other women, sir, upon the industry of my husband.
What? Is the wench turned fool? A highwayman's wife.
And had not you the common views of a gentlewoman in your marriage, Polly?
I don't know what you mean, sir.
Of a jointure, and of being a widow.
But I love him, sir. How then could I have thoughts of parting with him?
Parting with him? Why, that is the whole scheme and intention of all marriage articles. The comfortable estate of widowhood is the only hope that keeps up a wife's spirit. Where is the woman who would scruple to be a wife if she had it in her power to be a widow whenever she pleased?
Oh, I dread to hear your advice, yet I must beg you to explain yourself.
Secure what he hath got. Have him peached next sessions, and then at once you are made a rich widow.
What? Murder the man I love. The blood runs cold at my heart at the very thought of it.
Why, Polly, what hath murder to do in the affair? Since the thing sooner or later must happen, I dare say the captain himself would like that we should get the reward for his death sooner than a stranger. Why, Polly, the captain knows that as 'tis his employment to rob, so 'tis ours to take robbers. Every man in his business, so that there is no malice in the case.
Ah, husband, now you have nicked the matter. To have him peached is the only thing could ever make me forgive her. Your duty to your parents, hussy, obliges you to hang him. What would many a woman give for such an opportunity?
What is jointure? What is widowhood to me? I know my heart. I cannot survive him. Oh, ponder well, be not severe, so save a wretched wife. For on the rope that hangs my dear depends poor Polly's life.
What? Is the fool in love in earnest, then? Oh, I hate thee for being particular. Why, wench, thou art a shame to thy very sex.
Mother, hear me. If you ever loved,
Oh,
you...
cursed playbooks she reads have been her ruin. One more word out of you, hussy, and I shall knock your brains out, if you have any.
Keep out of the way, Polly, for fear of mischief, and consider of what is proposed to you.
Hang your husband, hussy, and be dutiful. The thing, husband, must and shall be done. For the sake of intelligence, we must take other measures and have him peached the next session without her consent. If she will not know her duty, we know ours.
But really, my dear, it grieves one's heart to take off a great man. When I consider his personal bravery, his fine stratagem, how much we have already got by him and how much more we may get, methinks I cannot find it in my heart to have a hand in his death. I wish you could have made Polly undertake it.
But in a case of necessity, our own lives are in danger.
Then indeed we must comply with the customs of the world and make gratitude give way to interest. He shall be taken off.
I'll undertake to manage Polly.
And I'll prepare matters for the old baby.
Now I am a wretch indeed. Methinks I already see him in the cart, sweeter and more lovely than the nosegay in his hand. I hear the crowd. I see him at the tree.
He intended to lie concealed in her room until the dusk of evening. If he stays, he is hanged, and then he is lost forever.
Pretty Polly, say, when I was away, did your fancy never stray?
are you as fond as ever, my love?
Suspect my courage, suspect my honor, suspect anything but my love. May my pistols misfire, and may my mare slip her shoulder while I'm pursued. If ever I forsake thee.
Nay, I have no reason to doubt thee, for in the romance you lent me, none of the great heroes was ever
My
false in
heart
love.
was so free it roamed like the bee till Polly my passion requited.
His heart was so free it roamed like the bee till Polly his passion requited.
I sipped each flower, I changed every hour. I sipped each flower, I changed every hour. But here every flower is united. I sipped each flower, I changed every hour. I sipped each flower, I changed every hour. But here every flower is united. Were I laid on Greenland's coast, and in my arms embraced my lass, warm amidst eternal frost, too soon the half-year's night would pass.
Were I sold on Indian soil, soon as the burning day was closed, I could mock the sultry toil when on my charmer's breast reposed.
And I would love you all the day.
Every night would kiss and play.
If with me you'd fondly stray over the hills and far away. Were I laid on Greenland's coast, and in my arms embraced my lass,
I could mock
amidst
the
eternal
sultry
frost,
toil
too
when
soon
on
the
my
happiest night would pass, and I would love you all the day. Every night would kiss and play. If with me you'd fondly stray over the hills and far away.
I would go with thee. How shall I speak it? I must be torn from thee. We must be parted. We must. My mama and papa are set against thy life. Even now they are preparing evidence against thee. Thy life depends upon a moment. Oh, what pain it is to part. Can I leave thee? Can I leave thee? Oh, what pain it is to part. Can I part and leave thee? But lest death my love should thwart and bring thee to the fatal cart, thus I tear thee from my bleeding heart. My lips and let me leave
But Benny, tell us what has become of thy brother Tom, huh? For I have not seen him since my return from transportation.
Poor brother Tom. He had an accident this time 12 months. And so clever a made fellow he was, I couldn't save him from those flaying rascals, the surgeons. So now, poor man, he's among the anatomies at Surgeons' Hall.
So it seems his time was come, eh?
But the present time is ours, and nobody alive hath more. Now, why are all the laws leveled at us? Are we any more dishonest than the rest of mankind? What we win, gentlemen, is our own, for the law of arms and the right of conquest.
shall we find such another set of practical philosophers who to a man are above the fear of death?
Who is there here who would not die for his friend?
Who is there here who would not betray him for his interest?
So they're a gang of the rich that can say as much.
We are for a just partition of the world, for every man hath a right to enjoy life.
The world is avaricious, and I hate avarice. A covetous fellow like a jackdaw steals what he was never made to enjoy for the sake of hiding it. These are the robbers of mankind. For money was made for the free-hearted and generous.
And where's the injury of taking from another that which he hath not the heart to make use of?
Good luck attend us all.
Fill the glasses! Fill every glass, for wine inspires us and fires us with courage, love, and joy. Fill every glass, for wine inspires us and fires us with courage, love, and joy. Women and wine should life employ. Is there aught else on earth's desires? Fill every glass, for wine inspires us and fires us with courage, love, and joy. Women and wine should life employ. Is there aught else on earth desirous? Fill every glass, for wine inspires us and fires us with courage, love, and joy.
Gentlemen, well met. My heart hath been with you this hour, but an unexpected affair hath detained.
No ceremony, I beg you. We were just breaking up to go upon our duty. Tell me, am I to have the honor of taking the air with you this evening, sir, upon the heath? I know that about this time there be certain passengers upon the road who are worth speaking with.
I was to have been of that party, but,
But what, sir?
is there any man who suspects my courage,
We have all been witnesses of it.
my honor, and truth to the gang?
I'll be answerable for it.
In the division of our booty, have I ever shown the least marks of avarice or injustice?
I remember one time when you...
I have a fixed confidence, gentlemen, in you all as men of honor, and as such, I value and respect you. Peacham is a man who is useful to us.
Is he about to play us any foul play? I'll shoot him through the head.
Business cannot go on without him. He's a man who knows the world and is a necessary agent to us. We've had a slight difference. And till it is accommodated, I shall be obliged to keep out of his way. Any private dispute of mine shall be of no ill consequence to my friends. You must continue to act under his direction. For the moment we break loose from him, our gang is ruined.
Well, as a pimp to a whore, I grant you he is to us of great convenience.
Well said.
Make him believe that I've quitted the gang, which I could never do but with life. At our private quarters, I will continue to meet with you. A week or so will probably reconcile us.
Your instruction shall be observed. But now it is high time for us to repair to our several duties.
I shall wish myself with you. Success attend you.
Let us take the road. I can hear the sound of coaches. The hour of attack approaches. Here are great boys and load. See the balls I hold. While here their toil like asses, our fire their fire surpasses, and turns all our lead to gold. Let us take the road. Hark, I hear the sound of coaches. The hour of attack approaches. Your arms, great boys, and load.
What a fool is a fond wench. Polly is most confoundedly bit. I love the sex, and a man who loves money might as well be contented with 1 guinea as I with 1 woman. This town, perhaps, hath been as much obliged to me for recruiting it with free-hearted ladies as to any recruiting officer in the army. For if it were not for us and other gentlemen of the sword, Drury Lane would be uninhabited. If the heart of a man is depressed with cares, the mist is dispelled when a woman appears. Like the notes of a fiddle, she sweetly, sweetly raises our spirits and charms our ears. Roses and lilies her cheeks disclose, but her ripe lips are more sweet than those. Press her, caress her with blisses, her kisses dissolve us in pleasure and soft repose. I must have women. Nothing unbends the mind like them. Money is not so strong a cordial for the time. Filch!
Huh?
Has the porter gone for all the ladies according to my directions?
I expect him back every minute. Do you know, sir, you sent him as far away as Hockley in the Hole for one of the ladies, but another one in Vinegar Yard for the other one around Leuchner's Lane.
Well...
Show some of them are below, for I hear the bar bell. As they come, I'll show them up.
All right.
Come in! Come in! Captain MacHeath.
Dear Madam Slamikins, you're welcome. You look charmingly today. Dolly Troll! Kiss me, you slut. Are you still as amorous as ever, hussy? You spend so much time stealing hearts that you don't allow yourself enough time to steal anything else. Oh, Dolly, thou wilt ever be a coquette. Mrs. Coaxer, I'm yours. Oh, come here, hussy. Hussy! Do you still drink as strong as ever? You should stick to good wholesome beer, for in troth, Betty, strong waters will in time ruin your constitution. What? And my pretty Jenny Diver, too, as prim and demure as ever. There is not any prude, however high-bred, hath a more sanctified look with a more mischievous heart. Oh, Jenny, thou art a dear, artful hypocrite. All you fine ladies who know your own beauties, affect and undress. And here's Suki Tawdry come to contradict what I was saying. Everything she gets one way, she lays out upon her back. Well done, hussy. I love a free-hearted wench. Thou hast a most agreeable assurance, girl, and art as willing as a turtle. But hark, I hear music. If music be the food of love, play on. Play the French tune that Mrs. Coaxer is so fond of.
Swift away, age is not but sorrow. Dance and sing, time's on the way, never knows the return of spring. Let us drink and sport today, ours is
And if any of the ladies should choose gin, I hope they shall be so free as to call for it.
Why, you look as if you meant me. Wine is strong enough for me. Indeed, sir. I never take strong waters, but when I have the colic.
Just the excuse of the fine ladies. Why, a lady of quality is never without the colic. I hope, Mrs. Coaxer, that you've had good success of late in your visits among the merchants.
We have so many interlopers, yet with industry one may still have a little picking.
What do you look upon, darling, as your best sort of keepers? That, madam, is whoever they be. Indeed, madam. If I had not been a fool, I might have lived very handsomely with my last friend. But upon his missing 5 guineas, he turned me off.
Oh.
I never suspected he had counted them.
Now, for my part, I own I like an old fellow, for we always make them pay for what they can't do.
You have a sweet, deluding tongue. To cheat a man is nothing. But the woman must have fine points indeed who cheats another woman.
If any woman hath more art than another, to be sure 'tis Jenny Diver. Though her fellow be never so agreeable, she can pick his pocket as coolly as if money were her only pleasure.
I never go.
That is the command of the passions, uncommon in a woman.
I never go to the tavern with a man, but in the view of business. I have other hours and other sort of men for my pleasure. But had I your address, madam?
What, madam? Ow! Ow!
Have done with your compliments. And drink about. You're not so fond of me, Jenny, as you used to be.
It is not convenient, sir, to show my fondness amongst so many rivals. But it is your own choice. And not the warmth of my inclination that will determine you. Before the barn door crowing, the cock thy hens attended, his eyes around him throwing, stands for a while suspended. Before the barn door crowing,
as my prisoner.
Was this well done, Jenny? Decoy ducks. Who can trust them? Beasts, jades, suits, harpies, furies, whores.
Your case, Mr. MacHeath, is not particular. The greatest heroes have been ruined by women. But to do them justice, I must own they are pretty sort of creatures, if we could trust them.
At the tree I shall suffer with pleasure. At the tree I shall suffer with pleasure. Let me go when I will in all kinds of ill. I shall find no such furies as these are. Let me go when I will in all kinds of ill. I shall find no such furies as these are.
The gentlemen, ladies, lodgers in Newgate's.
Suki, Jenny. Though Mr. Peachum may have made a private bargain with you and Suki, as we all assisted, we should all share alike.
As for a bowl of punch or a treat, I think Mrs. Suki will join with me. But as for anything else, ladies, you cannot, in conscience, expect it.
Noble Captain, you are welcome. You've not been a lodger of mine this year and a half. You know the custom, sir. Garnish, Captain, garnish. Hand me down those fetters there.
These, Mr. Lockett, seem to be the heaviest of the whole set. With your leave, I should like the fur the pair better.
Look ye, Captain, we know what is fittest for our prisoners. When a gentleman uses me with civility, I always do the best I can to please him. Take them down, I say. We have them of all prices, from 1 guinea to 10. And it's fitting every gentleman should please himself.
I understand you, sir. The fees here are so many and so exorbitant that few fortunes can bear the expense of getting off handsomely or of dying like a gentleman.
Those I see will fit the captain better. Take down the further pair. I do but examine them, sir. Never was better work. How genteelly they are made. Why, they will fit as easy as a glove. And the nicest man in England might not be ashamed to wear them. Why, if I had the best gentleman in the land in my custody, I could not equip him more handsomely. And so, sir, I now leave you to your private meditation.
Man may escape from rope and gun. Nay, some have outlived the doctor's pill. Who takes a woman must be undone. That basilisk is sure to kill. The fly that sips treacle is lost in the sweets. So he that tastes woman, 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 he that tastes woman, ruin meets. He that tastes woman, ruin meets.
To what a woeful plight have I brought myself. Here must I, all day long till I'm hanged, be confined to hear the reproaches of a wench who lays her ruin at my door. I'm in the custody of her father, and to be sure, if he knows of the matter, I shall have a fine time on it twixt this and my execution. But I promised the wench marriage. Now, what signifies a promise to a woman? And does not man in marriage itself promise 100 things he never means to perform? Do all we can, women will believe us. For they look upon a promise as an excuse to follow their own inclinations. Oh, here comes Lucy, and I cannot get from her. Would I were deaf.
You base man, you! How can you look me in the face after what hath passed between us? See here, perfidious wretch, how I am forced to bear about this load of infamy which you have laid upon me. Oh, MacHeath, thou hast robbed me of my quiet. thee tortured would give me pleasure. Thus, when a good housewife sees a rat in her trap in the morning taken, with pleasure her heart goes pitter-pat in revenge for her loss of bacon. Then she throws him to the dog or cat to be worried, crushed, and shaken. To be worried, crushed, and shaken.
Have you no bowels, no tenderness, my dear Lucy, to see our husband in this condition?
A husband?
In every respect but the form, and that may be said over us at any time. Friends should not insist upon ceremonies. From a man of honor, his word is as good as his bond.
'Tis the pleasure of all you fine men to insult the women you have ruined.
The very first opportunity, my dear Lucy, have but patience, and you shall be my wife in whatever manner you please.
Insinuating monster! And so you think I know nothing of the affair of Miss Polly Peachum, hmm? I could tear my eyes out!
Oh, sure, Lucy, you can't be such a fool as to be jealous of Polly.
Are you not married to her, you brute, you?
Married, very good. The wench gives it out only to vex thee. And to ruin me in thy good opinion. Oh, 'tis true. I go to the house, I chat with the girl, I kiss her, I say 1,000 things to her, as all gentlemen do, that mean nothing, to amuse myself. And now the silly jade hath set it about that I'm married to her to let me know what she would be at. Indeed, my dear Lucy, these violent passions may be of ill consequence to a woman in your condition.
Come, come, Captain. For all your assurance, you know that Miss Polly hath put it out of your power to do me the justice you promised me.
A jealous woman believes everything her passion suggests. If we can find the chaplain, I shall have no scruples of making you my wife. And I know the consequence of having two at a time.
That you are only to be hanged, and so get rid of them both!
I am ready, my dear Lucy, to make you satisfaction if you think there is any in marriage. What can a man of honor say more?
So then it seems you are not married to Miss Polly?
Oh, Lucy, Lucy, you know the girl is prodigiously conceited. No man can say a civil thing to her, but like other fine ladies, her vanity makes her think that he's her own forever and ever. When women consider their own beauties, they are all alike, unreasonable in their demands, for they think their lovers should like them for as long as they like themselves.
Perhaps this way we may light upon the chaplain, who shall try if you will be as good as your word. For I long to be made an honest woman.
In this last affair, Brother Peachum, we are agreed. You have consented to go halves in MacHeath.
We shall never fall out about an execution. But as to that article, pray, how stands our last year's account?
If you'll run your eye over it, you'll find it's fair and clearly stated.
This long arrear of the government is very hard upon us. Can it be expected that we should hang our acquaintance for nothing when our betters will hardly save theirs without being paid for it? Unless the people in employment pay better, I promise them for the future I shall let other rogues live besides their own.
Perhaps, brother, they are afraid that these matters may be carried too far. We are treated too by them with contempt, as if our professions were not reputable.
In one respect, indeed, our employment may be reckoned dishonest, because, like great statesmen, we encourage those who betray their friends.
Such language, brother, anywhere else might turn to your prejudice. Learn to be more guarded.
All the tribe, each one cries, that was level at me.
If you mention vice or bribe,
it is so fat that each one cries, that was level at me.
Here's
Ned Clinch's name, I see. Sure, Brother Lockett, there was a little unfair proceeding in Ned's case, for he told me in the condemned hold that for value received, you had promised him a session or two longer without molestation.
Mr. Peachum, this is the first time my honor was ever called in question.
Business is at an end if once we act dishonorably.
Who accuses me?
You are warm, brother.
He that attacks my honor attacks my livelihood, and such usage, sir, is not to be borne.
Since you provoke me to speak, I must tell you, too, that Mrs. Coaxer charges you with defrauding her of her information money in the apprehending of curl-painted Hugh. Indeed, indeed, brother, we must punctually pay our spies, or we shall have no information.
Is this language to me, sirrah, who saved you from the gallows, sirrah?
If I am hanged, it shall be for ridding the world of an arrant rascal.
This hand shall do the office of the haughty you deserve and throttle you, you dog, you!
Brother!
Dog!
Brother! Brother! We are both in the wrong. We shall be both losers in the dispute. For you know we have it in our power to hang each other.
You should not be so passionate. Nor you so provoking.
It is our mutual interest. It is for the interest of the world we should agree. If I said anything, brother, to the prejudice of your character, I ask pardon.
Brother Peachum, I can forgive as well as resent. Give me your hand. Thus gamesters united in friendship are found.
So they know that their industry all is a cheat.
They flock to their prey at the dice box's sound.
And join to promote one another's deceit.
But if by mishap they fail of the chap, to keep in their hand they each other entrap. Like pikes slack with hunger who miss of their ends, they fight their companions and prey on their friends. But if by mishap they fail of the chap, to keep in their hand they each other entrap. Like pikes slack with hunger who miss of their ends, they fight their companions and prey on their friends. Suspicion does not become a friend.
I only meant to give you occasion to justify yourself. But I must now step home, for I expect the gentleman about this snuff box that Filch named 2 nights ago in the park. I appointed him at this hour.
Peachum then intends to outwit me in this affair. But I'll be even with him. The dog is leaking in his liquor. So I'll ply him that way. Get the secret from him. And turn this affair to my own advantage. Lions, wolves, and vultures don't live together in herds, droves, or flocks. Of all animals of prey, man is the only sociable one. Every one of us preys upon his neighbor, and yet we herd together. Peachum is my companion, my friend. According to the custom of the world, indeed, he may quote thousands of precedents for cheating me. And shall not I make use of the privilege of friendship to make him a return? Now, Peachum, you and I, like honest tradesmen, shall have a fair trial. Which of us two can overreach the other? Whence come you, Huzzy?
My tears might answer that question.
Why, you've then been whimpering and fondling like a spaniel over that fellow that hath abused you, huh?
One can't help love. One can't cure it. It is not in my power to obey you and hate him.
Learn to bear your husband's death like a reasonable woman. It's not the fashion nowadays so much as to affect sorrow upon these occasions. Why, no woman would ever marry if she had not the chance of mortality as a release. Act like a woman of spirit, hussy, and thank your father for what he is doing.
Is then his fate decreed, sir? Is then his fate decreed? Such a man could I think of quitting when first we met, so moves me yet. Oh, see how my heart is splitting. Oh, see how my heart is splitting.
Looky, Lucy, there is no saving him. So I think you must e'en do like other widows. Buy yourself weeds and be cheerful. You'll think how many days ensue. This sentence not severe. I hang your husband, child, 'tis true. But with him hang your care. Twang, dang, Gilody. Like a good wife, go moan over your dying husband. That child is your duty. Consider, girl, you can't have the man and the money, too. So make yourself as easy as you can by getting all that you can from him.
I hope you will, upon the first opportunity, quiet my scruples. Oh, sir, my father's hard heart is not to be softened, and I am in the utmost despair.
Would not 20 guineas think you move him? Money well timed and properly applied can do anything.
Where is my dear husband? Was a rope ever intended for this neck? Let me throw my arms about it and throttle thee with love. Why dost thou turn away from me? 'Tis thy Polly. 'Tis thy wife.
Was ever such a rascal so unfortunate as I?
Was there ever such another villain?
Was it for this we parted? Taken, imprisoned, I'll stay with thee till death. No force shall tear thy dear wife from thee now.
I must disown her. The wench is distracted.
Sure, men were born to lie, and women to believe them. Oh, villain, villain.
Am I not thy wife? Thy neglect of me, thy aversion to me too severely proves it. Look on me, tell me, am I not thy wife?
Perfidious wretch!
Barbarous husband!
Thou been hanged 5 months ago. I had been happy.
And I too!
Thou then married to another. Hast thou 2 wives, monster?
If women's tongues will cease for an answer, hear me.
I won't. Flesh and blood can't bear my usage.
Shall I not claim my own? Justice bids me speak.
How happy could I be with either were t'other dear charmer away? But since you thus leave me together, to neither a word will I say.
But surely, my dear, there ought to be some preference shown to a wife.
Thou hast deceived me. I could even inform against thee with pleasure. Not a prude wishes more heartily to have facts against her intimate acquaintance than I now wish to have facts against thee.
Lucy, Lucy, be a little pacified. This is all a fetch of Polly's to make me desperate with you in case I get off. If I'm hanged, she would fain have the credit of being thought my widow. Really, Polly, this is no time for a dispute of this sort. For whenever you are talking of marriage, I'm thinking of hanging.
Hast thou the heart to persist in disowning me?
And hast thou the heart to persist in persuading me that I'm married? Why, Polly, dost thou seek to aggravate my misfortune?
Ah, really, Miss Peachum? You but expose yourself. Oh, besides, it is barbarous in you to worry a gentleman in his circumstances.
Decency, madam, methinks might teach you to behave with some reserve with a husband while his wife is present.
If
you are determined, madam, to raise a disturbance in the prison, I shall be obliged to send for the turnkey to show you the door. I am sorry, madam, you force me to be so ill-bred.
Give me leave to tell you, madam, these forward airs don't become you in the least, madam. And my duty, madam, obliges me to stay with my husband, madam.
Why, how now, madam flirt, if you thus must chatter and are for slinging dirt. Let's see who best can spare to madam flirt. Why, how now, saucy jade, sure the wench is tipsy, how can you see me made? The scope of such a gypsy, saucy why, how now, madam flirt, sure the and are for slinging
There's my wench. Ah, Hussy, come you home, you slut. And when your fellow is hanged, hang yourself to make your family some amends. Away, not a word more. You are my prisoner, Hussy.
I am naturally compassionate, wife. So that I could not use the wench as she deserved, which made you at first suspect there was something in what she said,
Indeed, my dear, I was strangely puzzled.
If that had been the case, her father would never have brought me to this circumstance. No, Lucy, I would rather die than be false to thee.
How happy am I if you say this from your heart. For I love thee so that I could sooner bear to see thee hanged than in the arms of another.
But couldst thou bear to see me hanged?
Oh, MacHeath, I can never live to see that day.
Oh, so you see, Lucy, in the account of love, it is you who are in my debt, and you must now be convinced that I rather choose to die than be another's. Make me, if possible, love thee more, and let me owe my life to thee. If you refuse to assist me, Peachum and your father will immediately put me beyond all means of escape.
My father, I know, hath been drinking hard with the prisoners, and I fancy he is now taking his nap in his own room.
Lucy.
Shall I go off with thee, my dear?
If we are together, it will be impossible to lie concealed.
No.
As soon as the search begins to be a little cool, I will send for thee. Till then, my heart is thy prisoner.
Oh, come then, my dear husband, all thy life to me, and though you love me not, be grateful.
A moment of time may make us unhappy forever.
Like the fox shall grieve, whose mate hath left her side, whom hounds from morn to eve
sure wench. You must have been aiding and abetting to help him to this escape.
Sir, here hath been Peachum and his daughter Polly. To be sure, they know the ways of Newgate as well as if they were born and bred in the place all their lives. Why must all your suspicions light upon me?
Lucy, Lucy, I'll have none of these shuffling answers.
If I know anything of him, I wish I may be burnt.
Keep your temper, Lucy, or I shall pronounce you guilty.
Keep yours, sir.
Did he tip handsomely? How much did he come down with? Come, Huzzy, don't cheat your father, and I shall not be angry with you. Perhaps you made a better bargain with him than I could have done. How much, my good girl?
You know, sir, I am fond of him and would have given money to have kept him with me.
Lucy, thy education should have kept thee more upon thy guard. For a girl in the bar of an alehouse is always besieged.
Oh, dear sir, mention not my education, but 'twas to that I owe my ruin. When young at the bar you first taught me to score, and bid me be free of my lips and no more. I was kissed by the parson, the squire, and the sot. When the guest was departed, the kiss was forgot. But his kiss was so sweet and so closely he pressed that I languished and pined till I granted the rest. If you can forgive me, sir, I will make a fair confession. For to be sure, he hath been a most barbarous villain to me.
And so you have let him escape, Huzzy, have you?
Ah.
Thou wilt always be a vulgar slut, Lucy. If you would not be looked upon as a fool, you should never do anything but upon the foot of interest.
But love, sir, is a misfortune that may happen to the most discreet woman. And in love, we are all fools alike. Notwithstanding all he swore, I am now fully convinced that Polly Peachum is actually his wife.
Polly will wheedle herself into his money, then Peachum will hang him and so cheat us both.
So, I am to be ruined because, forsooth, you must be in love? A very pretty excuse.
I could murder that impudent happy strumpet. I gave him his life, and that creature enjoys the sweets of it.
Ungrateful MacHeath.
And so, after all this mischief, I must stay here to be entertained with your caterwauling Mistress Puss. Out of my sight, Fulton Strumpet! You shall fast and mortify yourself into reason, with now and then a little handsome discipline to bring you to your senses. Are there any of Peachum's people now in the house?
Filch, sir, is drinking a quartern of strong waters in the next room with Black Moll.
Bid him come to me. Well, boy, thou lookest as if thou wert half starved, like a shotten herring.
Wouldn't need have the constitution of a horse to go through the business. Since the favorite child, Getta MacHeath, was disabled by a mishap, I've picked up a little money by helping the ladies to a pregnancy against their being called down to sentence. But if a man cannot get an honest livelihood any easier way... I am sure 'tis what I can't undertake for another session.
Truly, sir, if that great man should tip off, 'twould be an irreparable loss. Half the ladies in distress that he is...
Canst thou tell me where thy master, Mr. Peacham, is to be found?
At his lock, sir, at the Crooked Billet.
Very well, I have nothing more with you. I'll go to him there, for I have many important affairs to settle with him. And in the way of those transactions, I'll artfully get into his secret, so that MacHeath shall not remain a day longer out of my clutches.
Gaming house. MacHeath, free again, and young Filch are enjoying themselves with the ladies.
Ah, who's there? A nobleman, son of a noble father, who frowns on the follies of a youth of spirit?
Just so, Mrs. Lamaghan. But I fear I'm somewhat of a greenhorn and know not profoundly the ways of these places.
Pass along, greenhorn. Tempt the jade fortune in the inner sanctum. Tickle her ribs. The turn of his pretty leg pleases me. But alas, poor man, there's a price upon his head, and I am but a poor woman. Oh, Lord. Oh, Mr. Peacham.
Mrs. Lamaghan.
And Mr. Lockett.
Your servant, ma'am. Dear Mrs. Lamaghan. One may know by your kiss that your gin is excellent.
I take as deep a draught of liquor as I did of love. I hate a flincher in either. But now, Mr. Peacham, to business. I have an intimate acquaintance of yours here, a Captain MacHeath, as fine as a lord.
MacHeath in your house?
Tomorrow, dear Mrs. Lamaghan, you may set your own price on any of the goods you like. We have at least half a dozen velvet scarves, and all at your service. Will you give me leave to make you a present of a suit of night clothes for your own wearing? But are you sure it's the captain?
Though he thinks I don't recognize him, nobody knows him better. I've taken a great deal of the captain's money in my time. At second hand, of course.
Mr. Lockett and I have business with the captain. You understand me?
Depend upon it. I will deal like men of honor. Bring him to us. Entice him.
Entice him? What, at my age?
Bring out the captain.
Wait! I have an idea. Stay.
Oh, heaven smiles at midnight.
Brother Peacham, this is a just world.
Captain. Oh, Captain.
Yes, what is it?
A most fine lady awaits below.
Where is she?
Over there, in the dark.
Surrender! The bird that has been trapped, when he hears his calling mate, to her he flies again, he's trapped within the wiry grate. What gudgeons are we men, every woman's easy prey, though we have felt the hook again, we fight and they betray.
Jealousy, rage, love, and fear are at once tearing me to pieces. How I am weather-beaten and shattered with distresses. I'm like a skiff on the ocean tossed, now high, now low, with each billow borne. With a rudder broke and anchor lost, deserted and all forlorn. While thus I lie rolling and tossing all night, that Polly lies sporting on seas of delight. Revenge, revenge, revenge shall appease my restless pride. While thus I lie rolling and tossing all night, that Polly lies sporting on seas of delight. Revenge, revenge, revenge shall appease
Spain ready. I run no risk, for I can lay her death upon the gin. And so many die of this naturally that I shall never be called into question. But say I were to be hanged. I never could be hanged for anything that could give me greater comfort than the poisoning that slut.
Madam, here's our Polly come to wait upon you.
Oh, show her in. Dear madam, your servant. I hope you will pardon my passion when I was so happy to see you last. Oh. But I was so overrun with the spleen that I was perfectly out of myself.
I have no excuse for my own behavior, madam, but my misfortunes. And really, madam, I suffer too on your account.
Oh, but Miss Polly, in the name of friendship, will you give me leave to propose a glass of cordial to you?
Strong waters are apt to give me the headache. You must, my dear. Excuse me.
Polly, Polly, Polly. 'Tis I am the unhappy wife, and Captain MacHeath loves you as if you were only his mistress.
Surely, madam, you cannot think me so happy as to be the object of your jealousy. A man is always afraid of a woman who loves him too well. Therefore, I must expect to be neglected and avoided.
Then our cases, my dear Polly, are exactly alike. Both of us, indeed, have been too fond. A curse attends that woman's love, who always would be pleasing. The fatness of the feeding dove, like tinkling, is but teasing. What then in love can woman do? If we grow fond, they shun us, and when we fly, them they pursue, but leave us when they've won us. Love is so very whimsical in both sexes that it is impossible to be lasting. But my heart is particular, and so contradicts my own observations. But away with these melancholy reflections. Indeed, my dear Polly, both of us are a cup too low. Let me prevail upon you to accept my offer. Oh, come, sweet lass, let's banish sorrow till tomorrow. Come, sweet lass, let's take a chirping glass. Wine can clear the vapors of despair and leave us light as air. Then drink and banish care. I can't bear, child, to see you in such low spirits, and I must persuade you to what I know will do you good. I shall now soon be even with the hypocritical strumpet.
All this wheedling of Lucy's cannot be for nothing. At this time, too, when I know she hates me. The dissembling of a woman is always the forerunner of some mischief. By pouring strong waters down my throat, she hopes to pump some secrets out of me. Well, I shall be upon my guard and not taste one drop of her liquor. I'm resolved.
Come, Miss Polly.
Indeed, child, you've given yourself trouble to no purpose. You must, my dear, excuse me.
Really, Miss Peachum, you are so squeamishly affected about taking a cup of strong waters as a lady before company. I vow, Polly, I shall take it monstrously ill if you refuse me.
brandy and men, though women love them never so well, are always taken by us with some reluctance, unless 'tis in private.
I protest, madam.
Oh, Polly, you must.
It goes against me,
Polly,
madam.
please.
What's this I hear? MacHeath again in custody.
Away, hussies. This is not a time for a man to be hampered with his wives.
Oh, husband, husband, my heart longs to see thee, but to see thee thus distracts me.
Not my dear husband, look upon his Polly. Why hadst thou not flown to me for protection? With me thou hadst been safe. Hither, dear husband, turn your eyes, so one glance to cheer me. Think with that look thy Polly dies. Oh, shun me not, but hear me.
Which way shall I turn me? How can I decide? Wives, the day of our death are as fond as a bride. One wife is too much for most husbands to hear, but two at a time there's no mortal can bear.
'Tis Polly's youth, 'tis Lucy's fate, is that true love requited? My heart is bursting, mine too breaks, must I be slighted?
This way and that way, and which way I will, what would comfort the one to the wife would take ill. What would you have me say, ladies? You see this affair will soon be at an end without my disobliging either of you.
But settling this point, Captain, might prevent a lawsuit between your two widows.
Dear, dear father, sink the material evidence and bring him off at his trial. Polly upon her knees begs it of you.
Peacham's heart is hardened. Sure you, sir, will have more compassion on a daughter. I know the evidence is in your power.
MacHeath's time has come, Lucy. Therefore, let us have no more whimpering or whining, eh?
Set your heart at rest, Polly. Your husband is to die today.
We are ready, sir, to conduct you to the Old Bailey.
The charge is prepared, the lawyers are met, the judges all ranged, a terrible show. I go undismayed, for death is a debt on demand, so take what I owe. Then farewell, my love, dear charmers, adieu. Contented I die, 'tis the better for you. Here ends all dispute, the rest of our lives. For this way at once I please all my wives. Since I must swing, I scorn to win, so whine. But now again my spirits sink. I'll raise them high with wine. I'll drink off this bumper, and now I can stand the test. And my comrades shall see that I die as brave as the best. But can I leave my pretty hussies without one tear or tender sigh? Their eyes, their lips, their verses recall my love. Or must I die? So you see, gentlemen, for my having broke prison, I am ordered immediate execution. That Jemmy Twitcher should betray me, I own surprised me. But 'tis a plain proof that the world is all alike, and that even our gang can no more trust one another than other people. Therefore, I beg you, look well to yourselves, for in all probability you may live some months longer.
We're heartily sorry, Captain, for your misfortune. But 'tis what we all must come to.
Peacham and Lockett are infamous scoundrels. Their lives are as much in your power as yours are in theirs. Bring these villains to the gallows before you, and I'm satisfied.
We'll do it.
Adieu, gentlemen. My dear Lucy, my dear Polly, whatsoever hath passed between us is now at an end. If you're fond of marrying again, the best advice I can give you is to ship yourselves off to the West Indies, where you may have a fair chance of getting a husband apiece. Or by good luck, 2 or 3, as you like best.
Everybody. Honest beggar, I hope you don't intend that MacHeath should be really executed.
Most certainly, madam. To make the piece perfect, I am for doing strict poetical justice. MacHeath is to be executed. As for the other personages of the drama, the audience must have supposed that they were all either hanged or transported. It's outrageous.
Why then, friend, this is a downright deep tragedy.
Yeah.
The catastrophe is manifestly wrong, for an opera must end happily.
Objection, madam, is very just and is easily removed. So, cry a reprieve. Reprieve. Let the prisoner be brought back to his wives in triumph.
To be left to my choice, but must take a wife at last. Now, look ye, my dears, we will have no controversy now. Let us give this day to mirth. And I'm sure that she who thinks herself my wife will testify her joy.
Thus he stands like the Turk with his doxies around. From all sides their glances his passion confound. For black, brown, and fair his inconstancy burns, and the different beauties subdue him by turns. Each calls for forth her charms to provoke his desire, though willing to all with but one he retires. But think of this maxim and put off your sorrow. The wretch of today may be happy tomorrow.